Hi again, so we are on card number 3. So for this one, we're going to need a fresh sheet of card because we're going to cut another base. We've got 1 mat left. You're going to need 2 of the lovely label dies that are in your, was it Label Me Lovely? It's one of the 2 punched pieces that are in your envelope. You're going to need some of your Starry Sky ribbon, and we're going to need 3 different sheets of DSP. So I've chosen these 3. And I've also got the offcut from the earlier piece of card because I also need another layer for inside. So let's get these rolling. So back to standard C6 card bases when I've stopped throwing my trimmer around the room. I've got presents to wrap yet, so this is going to be, my fingers aren't playing ball today. So again, score at 10.5, cut at 14.9. So that's our last card base. For later, we need that one. We've already got 1 matte layer, we need 1 more. So I'm going to cut this at 14.4 because I want to try and rescue what I can of this piece. And then at 10. Oh, she says, well, she's taking a chunk out of the card. There we go. And then because there's those 3 sheets I'd chosen, because it's paper, it's fine to do it. So what I do is I put them in my trimmer and I'm using the numbers over this side, and I'm going to cut the 3 strips at 3 centimetres. The reason I've done it lengthwise is so that we get the really pretty gradient of colours that are in there. Because you'll see here the colour changes throughout. So I think in my last card I used this end, so I might use this end. And what I did was I trimmed them to 13.9. So let's put them back in there. Do you know what, I'm going to do these singularly actually, because it only needs 1 to be out of place. Just a smidgy bit, and because they're all lined up together you will really notice it. And then what I do is I keep all of these pieces because you never know what you're going to use them on. Oh, I want that pinky flower. What's on the other side of this? Right, that's okay. So what I'm going to do is chop it there and then go to 13.9. The things you do when you want a certain colour on your card. And the reason I want that colour is because that's the colour flower that I've chosen to go on here. So I just want it all pulled through together, if I'm honest. So there we go. God, making lots of noise this evening. So let's burnish our card. There we go. And pop that to one side. So we'll take one of the mats and we're going to layer these, and you can layer them in whichever way you want to put them. I've got something under there. The best way to do this is to put the 2 outside pieces on, and then put the middle piece in, because you'll be able to get your gaps just where you want them. So these I'm just popping down with Tombow, and obviously you don't have to use these papers, you can use whichever ones you fancy. They're just the ones that I chose when making the cards, designing the cards, whichever way you want to put it. But I wanted to show that whichever way you use them, they can come out really pretty. I probably should have used a different paper to show that it can still be done, but I actually really love these ones. So we didn't want to. May need another glue for the next card, methinks. So then because we've put those other two down, it means that the gaps can be equal all the way through. So this is just washi tape holding your ribbon together. This ribbon frays. So if you don't like that, then you'll need to trim the ends. I personally don't mind it on this one. So I'll be leaving mine. So all I did was, and again, it's down to personal choice. You don't have to double wrap it if you want to be more frugal with your ribbon. All I can do is promise you that you've got plenty of it for what you need to do in these projects. I would normally leave it on the spill and pull through there to make on the real spill. There we go. Sorry, it's about 11 o'clock. It's getting late. There we go. And then just pull them so that the loops are at the desired size that you would like them. I know people vary with, you can stick it down with washi at the back if you'd like. I tend not to because I want to be able to play with it and manoeuvre it on the front because I get a little bit particular about where it all goes. Is that my card base? Yeah. So then I've propped that on the card base with some pads. When I can find where I've put them, then right under my nose. What else is good on the back of here is a couple of strips of tear tape. They always make it stay put nicely. There we go. So it's just a case of peeling all the backs off. There we go. And then placing that on the top of your ball. Just be careful because you've got so many dimensionals on the back. Whichever way you play about with it, you may get caught, as I just did. But you're going to need to try and eyeball it. There we go. So then the punches, I like to be able to get a bit more out of my punch. So if you hold it where you've got the straight edge here and snip in half, then what I do is I put a dollop of glue in this bit here, and then I leave a bit of a border and layer it up using the edge, the straight edges, as my guide on there. What I probably should have told you to do first is stamp on it, because I'm now going to have a ridge in the middle of mine, which is a bit daft of me, but I had it in my hands and I've clearly got overexcited. And I just think it looks really cute, and it's something a little bit different on there. So I'm going to need to try and be very careful with this. I'm going to see if I can get away with using, I wanted to use this one, but I don't think it will work now. If this goes badly wrong, I will just get another one. I actually got saved. There we go. Doesn't look bad at all. And somewhere on my desk, I've got, got another flower. Again, I've gone all pinks this evening. I think it's because I've got pink florally on. So I've used 2 dimensionals on this one at the top, one at the bottom. Again, you're not going to want them over the, you want them with the gap for the ribbon, but don't put your dimensional on top of the ribbon. It will just start sagging and the ribbon will lift and it just won't make a very pretty card. So that goes on there. And then because you've also got this raised again, so I try and overlap it, but you're going to want a dimensional right on the edge opposite edge of this. There. And you're going to want a dollop of Tombow over here. Just like that. And then we've also got leaves again. Didn't check that I'm still on screen, sorry. Yeah. And I just tuck those onto there. I've got a Diamante. She says, I'm not having much luck with these today. In the middle. As soon as I saw these little flowers, I thought of the bunches that you can buy with the Diamantes in. And I got a little bit excited, to be fair, because they're the most favourite flowers I've ever received. There we go. Oh, it needs a bigger one. Now I'm going to have to go 5s. Let's brighten that up with some more bling. And another little one. These are alive this evening. Here we go, and we'll have that one down there. And then we've just got to put our inner in there. Again, you can, don't forget, especially if you've got the edge flowers fussy cut, you can pop them along the edging of the inside and it will look lovely. There we go. I think that was number 3, all finished. Thanks very much.